boys and girls, babies in your diapers. Welcome to the Tiberius Show with your host, Tiberius Foy.
That's me, Tiberius. Today we're going to talk about some very awesome stuff. We have a shooter video game to talk about, a book about a hacker, my bonus score report, and we have a totally awesome guest. The one, the only, the amazing Dr. Vanessa Williams. Dr. Vanessa is the Chief of Anesthesia and Medical Director of Anesthesia at the Parrish Medical Center. She's also the co-founder of the Renew Health Infusion Center.
Thank you very much for having me today, Tiberius. I hope that I do live up to that introduction.
Today, we're going to start off with a reading of the week, and this is going to be a shootout!
And now it's time for the video game of the week.
Today's video game is Arsenal. This is a game made by Roll Community. You might have known other games from Roll Community like Counterblocks and Soleil Simulator. So how to play this game is you press this button called Deploy, and you have a gun, and then you shoot other people not on your team. So how do you know what team you are? Well, you get to pick a team. And how do you know your teammates? Because there are arrows on your teammates. So you get points by killing other players. And if you are good, you might get on the leaderboard. Well, you would have to get a ton of kills to get on the leaderboard. You might get other guns each time you get a kill, or there will be other game modes where you might have the same gun the entire game. You earn the right to be the team leader by having the most kills of your team, or you can be the match leader by having the most kills in the entire match. So there are other maps as well, and you get to vote on those too. I give Arsenal 9 out of 10 stars because I get to kill other players, and while this is one of the few games my dad's let me use firearms, and I am a really good player.
So I have a question for you, Tiberius. So did you end up on the leaderboard?
Yes, I did.
Oh, very good for
I ended
you.
up winning.
Oh, fantastic.
The Tiberius Show would like to thank one of our dedicated sponsors, Custom Designs Orlando. These guys are on Mills Avenue and do all sorts of stuff, ranging from photo ID badges, engraved signs, custom Braille ADA signs, vinyl lettering, to trophies and awards. They can ship products all over the United States. You can reach them at 407-898-0373. Over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community and serving Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties, contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org. And now it's time for the book of the week, Cyber Fifth Showdown! So this book was written by Scholastic. Right to the back of the book. In fact, Dr. Vanessa, would you like to do the honors?
I would be honored. Thank you, sir. Geronimo Stilton is not the kind of mouse who spends money on useless things, but one day he kept getting mysterious packages that he did not order or need. Someone on the internet had stolen his identity. Professor Margot Bitmouse, a well-known computer expert, helped him track down the hacker. Could Geronimo find him before his reputation was ruined?
So this is an AI book and it's worth 1 point. It is rated for 4th grade and 2nd month. This is one of a series of Geronimo Stilton adventure books. Geronimo is being hacked from his own computer, so his sister and his nephew come together to defeat the hacker and try to beat him at his own game. So I told you that Geronimo was hacked. He was not happy because he had a happy day in the morning, and when he got to work, everybody hated him. What? Why is everybody being mean to him, technically? So how it happened is a hacker broke into his pictures and then made them appear like Geronimo was being mean and hurting other people. This hacker got into Geronimo's email and sent mean messages to his coworkers. Geronimo's friends and other people believe that the mean messages had been sent. Geronimo asked Margot Bitmouse, a computer expert, to help beat the hacker at his own game. Thea and Benjamin and Margot and Geronimo on this great adventure. They use Margot's research lab to investigate and solve the problem. And can you guess what the problem was? Well, now I really don't want to ruin it for you.
Okay, I understand.
So, I give Cyberspace Showdown 100 out of 10 stars because I really liked as they beat the hacker at his own game that he made. And this book was just so amazing.
So is this the first one you've read in the series, or have you read others?
This is the first one that I've actually read.
Oh. So are you going to be reading the other ones in the series?
Yes. The Tiberius Show would like to thank one of our awesome sponsors, SlutChannelUS.com. These guys are very cool. They bring 21st century surface drainage solutions to reality. They can do corporate and government work. These are the guys that make roads and bridges safe in the rain. You can see all about them at SlutChannelUS.com. That website again is SlutChannelUS.com. See DavidSmithLaw.com.
You can call him at 407-801-2667.
Wait, you are not Chuck.
My dad can help when people get hurt. He loves to help people.
If you are ever injured at work or in a car accident, you should call my friend Chuck.
You can call him at 407-801-2667.
That website again is CWSmithLaw.com.
Offices, Orlando.
Does it actually have that much W's?
And now it's time for an interview of an interesting person. Today's guest is going to be so much fun. Today we have the one, the only, the amazing Dr. Vanessa Williams. Dr. Vanessa is the Chief of Anesthesia and a Medical Director of Anesthesia at Parrish Medical Center. She is also the co-founder of Renew Health Infusion Center.
Thank you very much for having me on your show, Tiberius. I appreciate all of that energy you're throwing my way.
So, first off, how are you enjoying being on the show?
I'm having a good time, thank you.
So
You're a very good interviewer.
So to jump right in, you're an anesthesiologist. Can you tell our listeners what that means to do?
Well, an anesthesiologist is a doctor of anesthesia. So I am responsible for making patients who are having surgery insensate to pain and other stimuli. So essentially, I make you unconscious when you're having surgery so you don't know what's happening.
Okay. So you're the chief of anesthesia. So how is that different than a normal anesthesiologist?
Well, it's not really very different. I still do normal anesthesia stuff. Being the chief just means that I pretty much am in charge of some day-to-day activities for my group at the hospital. I do a lot of administrative things for the rest of the doctors just to make sure that we have what we need to take the best possible care of our patients.
Okay. So what got you interested in becoming an anesthesiologist?
Well, kind of a funny story. I actually went to medical school not to be an anesthesiologist, but because I wanted to be an obstetrician. Do you know what that is?
No.
An obstetrician is someone who delivers babies. And I thought that I wanted to be an obstetrician. I wanted to be, have you ever seen The Cosby Show?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe this is a little bit before your time, but I wanted to be like Dr. Huxtable from The Cosby Show. I wanted to deliver babies. And that means you have to go to medical school and become an obstetrician. Unfortunately, I do not like surgery. I don't like the act of surgery. And being an obstetrician, you'd have to be able to do C-sections and other things. So in the course of my studies, I would kind of, go around and talk to different doctors and observe what they do, learn different parts of medicine, and I fell in love with anesthesia. I really enjoy being able to help patients through a difficult time as surgery.
So what is the coolest thing that you have ever seen while working as a doctor?
So the coolest thing I've ever seen while working as a doctor, There's a lot of cool things about my job. There are people who you take great care of. You help them not having any pain. You help them feel better. You do help moms who are delivering babies, so that's really cool as well. And we do a lot of great, they're called things like nerve blocks and intubations. There's a lot of different things in medicine that we do to help our patients just kind of journey through their surgical procedure that is very cool. It's very interesting, and the patients are all very grateful, and they all feel better at the end.
So what is the best part about doing your job?
Taking care of my patients, helping people to feel better, helping people to not have pain, helping people to know that they're going to be able to go home and be healthy.
Okay. So what's the hardest part about being an anesthesiologist?
Well, the hardest part of my job is that, unfortunately, surgery and anesthesia can be difficult for some patients to tolerate. And so not everyone makes it through their surgical procedure. And that part is extremely difficult for me as a doctor, because I do try to make sure that patients are as safe as possible. But some people, they're just a lot sicker than we're able to help, and their bodies are not able to tolerate the medicines and the surgical procedures. And that's very difficult as a doctor, to know that you're not going to be able to help and save everyone.
So how does one train or learn to be a doctor?
Well, so to become a doctor, you will have to go through 4 years of college. You'll have to do 4 years of medical school. And then depending on the type of doctor you want, you have to do 3 to 5 years of a residency program. So for anesthesia, it's 4 years of college, 4 years of medical school, and 4 years of residency. So it's 12 total years to become an anesthesiologist.
So when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up? Did you always know that you were going to be in the medical field?
I did. My mom's a pharmacist, and she worked at a hospital. So when I was growing up, I spent a lot of time at the hospital. I was always there seeing doctors and nurses and other pharmacists, and I just knew that I wanted to be a part of that environment. So I always knew I wanted to be a doctor. I wasn't always sure what type of doctor. I thought it was an obstetrician, but it turns out it was going to be an anesthesia, and I really like my job, so I'm happy I chose this field.
So if you could go back 10 years and tell yourself something, what would it be?
If I could go back and tell myself something, what would it be? So 10 years ago, I was actually just finishing residency and looking for a job, my current job actually, because I've been in that job for about 10 years. I'd probably tell myself that I need to enjoy life to the fullest, that I would need to not spend all of my time focused on work, but that I needed to make sure I spent time with my family, spent time with my friends, have an activity or a hobby that I like to do, because all of that makes you a better person and a better doctor.
Okay. So what advice would you give my listeners if they wanted to grow up and become an anesthesiologist?
I would tell them that they should just work hard from now. You need to really do well in school. So do very well in your math and science classes when you're in elementary school, in high school, and in college. There's going to be a lot of big testing coming your way. Just kind of relax, study the material. You do very well. And then go into it because you actually want to be someone who helps people. Go into medicine to be helpful to your fellow man. Go into medicine to take care of people, because it is a hard road and is long, and as long as you're going into it for the right reasons, you're going to do very well.
So I learned from your bio that you started a new business. Can you tell me about it?
So the new business that I started, Renew Health Infusion Center, is an IV infusion, IV-IM vitamin, and IV ketamine therapy center. And what that means is, so IV hydration simply means giving patients or clients a direct infusion of, let's say, saline water into their veins. Okay? There's a lot of people who do not keep up with their hydration as well as they should. They're not drinking enough water. They don't eat enough vegetables. They don't get enough vitamins. There are people who have different diets. If they're celiac patients, which means that there's certain things they're not able to eat. There's certain people who aren't able to absorb vitamins very well, so they end up being deficient in these vitamins. My center provides the vitamins and the hydration directly through the blood vessel, so patients are able to get the benefits of it immediately.
So, I've seen your cool chairs. And how does IV hydration work?
So you would come in, say you're feeling under the weather, you're feeling poorly, you would come into my center. You would sit in one of those cool chairs. You'd put your legs up. We would go ahead and clean off your skin and insert a needle. It's very, very small. It's pediatric size. For someone your size or smaller, actually. And we would go ahead and insert that into your blood vessel. And we would hook that up to a bag of IV fluids with the vitamins included. That would then run over about 40 to 45 minutes or so. Okay, it's a cool, bright yellow color, so it looks really cool and interesting. Sometimes people kind of feel a little bit of that weird taste in the mouth, but it's kind of a cool thing. And you pee out a bright yellow color sometimes too.
So, can kids do it?
Well, it's not something we do currently for children. Kids do often get hydration when they're feeling poorly, but that's something we would leave mainly to your pediatric physicians and to the ER. This is mainly for people who are in fairly good health, who are just feeling a little bit poorly.
Okay. So, how often should someone do it?
That depends on how dehydrated people are, how under the weather they feel, and what types of vitamins they're getting. It's something that you can do once a week for like an initial 4 or 6 week period, get yourself feeling good, and then you start doing that once a month. It's something that you can just kind of come in when you're not feeling well and have done. There's really no set structure unless we're treating a specific vitamin deficiency.
Okay. So how does that help people?
So we can do IVs that help people boost their immune system. So we can do IVs that have a lot of vitamin C in it. Helps you, and zinc as well, to help you fight off viruses, fight off the flu and cold and things. We can do plain saline that just kind of helps you with a shot of fluid. Say that you've been vomiting or you have not been able to keep up with your hydration because you were exercising or you were outside all day and you got very dehydrated. That's just plain saline. We can do that as well. We can do B vitamins that help with your energy. We can do vitamins that help boost your metabolism so that you metabolize fats and carbohydrates better so that you lose weight. We can do vitamin D. There's a lot of people who are deficient in vitamin D. There's a lot of different types of vitamins that we can give to help people. We can give a medication called glutathione. It's an antioxidant and it helps with anti-aging.
So, talking about aging, can you go backwards with it? So I can be younger?
You want to be younger than you are now?
Yes.
Why?
So I can restart my life.
Oh, but then you'd have to end up back in diapers. Who wants that?
But then I would see myself.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Because I want to see myself when I'm smaller.
I think you're at a great age right now.
Really?
Yes, I think you're at a fantastic age right now.
But can I stay at the same age?
No, but then you wouldn't grow up and be able to be a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer. You wouldn't be able to see all of the other things you're going to do with yourself.
But then I would be the youngest one in the world.
Yeah,
Forever.
but then you would never be able to drive. You'd never be able to drink. You wouldn't be able to vote. You wouldn't be able to date. You wouldn't be able to decide how long you get to stay out at night and what time you go to bed.
Well, yes.
Do you really want all of those things? That's a lot of restriction forever.
Well, and then
how are you going to pay the
I can
bills?
stop it. And then I can do it.
Yeah, but then at 9, who would have paid all the bills? How would you get your money? How would you buy your marshmallows? I don't know. I hate to put a monkey in your, a wrench and all of that, but you might want to just think about it.
Well, I could get more sponsors.
That's true. You could. Who's going to drive you around to those sponsors? I know. All of these questions, I'm throwing up roadblocks left and right. I think it'd be great if you just kind of progressed on just as you are.
Really, Dr. Vanessa?
I think so. I think you're going to be a great adult.
Oh, my teacher says that I would use math every day when I grow up. Do you use math when you are working as an anesthesiologist?
We do have to use some form of math.
Yes.
I have to make sure that the medications I give to my patients are specific to them. So it's based on how much they weigh, based on how tall they are. It's based on how well their liver functions and how well their kidney functions. And so I do have to do certain calculations during the course of my day to make sure that what I'm giving to my patients is safe and specific to them. So yes, your teacher is correct. You will be using math every day.
But, okay. Now can you tell me that one story you don't remember? This is a kid's show. But that one story, well, that you're not supposed to tell me about. Come on, you can tell me.
That one story I'm not supposed to tell you about? Oh my, should this be like my personal life story, or should this be like a hospital story? Just something that no one knows about me? Let's see. How about this? I don't like public speaking. So the fact that you got me here to do an interview that you're now going to be broadcasting across the airwaves to a lot of different people, I don't know. It was kind of tricky getting me to come in here, but you did it. So good job. Well, you did put me at ease. So I came in and you were great and I felt comfortable. So here I am.
So, is there anything I should think my listeners should know about you?
I think your listeners should know that we are located here in College Park, and so if anyone has any interest in IV hydration, IV vitamins, wanting to feel better, they should come on down and see us, and they can stop in and see you too, because you're just down the way from us.
So, do you have a website or Facebook for my listeners who want to follow you?
We do have a Facebook page, and we have a website. It's www.renewhealthinfusion.com, and the Facebook page should be Renew Health Infusion Center.
So, thank you, Dr. Vanessa, for being my special guest. Can you stick around for Math Corner?
Sure.
Mid-State Fire has been providing top-quality fire equipment services for 3 generations to the Central Florida area. Don't wait for an emergency to repair. Call Mid-State Fire today at 407-246-8855. Get your fire extinguishers and emergency lighting for both your home and businesses by visiting www.midstatefire.com. That number again is 407-246-8855. The Tiberius Show would like to thank Boggy Creek Airboat Adventures for being one of our sponsors. I got to go on an airboat and saw a real gator. I even got to go to the gem mine and mine for some gems. We ate a steak dinner at the restaurant and even got some gator bites. If you want to have a blast with the entire family, I suggest you go to www.bcairboats.com right now to get your tickets today. The website again is bcairboats.com. Oak Ridge Gun Range is a family-oriented shooting range that has been in business for over 30 years. They specialize in basic firearm training and offer numerous services such as consignments, gun trades, gunsmithing, and concealed weapon classes. I even got my training for gun safety at Oak Ridge Gun Range. Great customer service, and firearm safety is what they do best. So find out more at oakridgegunrange.com.
Get ready, it's time for the Bowling Score Report!
So this week, we did not get to go bowling. There was a virus going around called the coronavirus, and it is forcing a lot of places to close their doors. And so now we are waiting to see which places are open for business and which are not. The President of the United States says we should only be in groups of 10 or less, so no bowling this week. And I hope to get to go bowling next week, but only time will tell. So this might be my last bowling score report for a while until the virus is gone. But if that is the case, at least we'll still have more time for the guest interview now.
Tiberius' favorite subject, it's Math Corners!
And now it's time for Math Corners. Thank you so much, Dr. Vanessa, for helping me with Math Corners. Today, we're going to talk about math and squares. So, this is a different kind of square. Instead of a shape with 4 equal sides, I'm talking about squares of numbers. See, I don't really like square roots, but the opposite of that are squares. See, a square is when you take a number and times it by itself. So if you take 2 times 2, you get 4, and 3 times 3, you get 9, and so on. Right on. So now, when you write this down, you take your number and you put a little 2 in the upper right of it. Now you see a lot of squares in the multiplication table, all the way from 0 times 0 to 12 times 12. I also learned that when you multiply a negative number by a negative number, you get a positive. So if you square a negative, you would still get a positive answer. So now there's a special day coming up in a few years that is special for squares. The last one was April 4th, 2016, because today was 4/4/16. Because 4 times 4 equals 16. The next one will be May 5th, 2025, because 5 times 5 is 25. So Dr. Vanessa, how do you use math with your...
Well, a lot of my work requires making sure that we calculate the patient's dosing of medication based on how much they weigh. And so that does get to be a little complicated, but as long as we know how much a patient weighs and how much medicine we want to give them, we'll give them the dose based on how much they weigh and what we think that they would need for a sufficient amount of anesthesia. That's how we make sure that things remain safe.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Vanessa, for your help with Math Corners.
You are welcome.
It's a good time.
And now it's time for the Heart of the Lion. As you know, we talk about the qualities of living with our Heart of the Lion, which stands for leadership, integrity, obedience, and ability. This week, we're going to talk about integrity. For me, I think integrity is doing what is right even when no one else is looking. The qualities of integrity is honesty, sincerity, truthfulness, and fairness. So this week, I was swimming in the pool with some of my friends, and my nanny was blowing up some floaties in the other room, so she could not see us. And then she needed to go make dinner in another room and leave us in the pool to play by ourselves. My friends and I behaved just like she was there, and it was very safe in the pool. Then we got out of the pool at the correct time to go eat dinner. So we did what was right even when no one else was looking.
Good for you.
So, Dr. Vanessa, did you see or use integrity at all this week?
Yes, I did, and we do use integrity all the time at the hospital. Integrity is making sure that we provide the safest possible care for our patients in the face of adversity, with limited supplies, when they're not doing well, without being frustrated or upset, but making sure that the patients and their needs come first.
Of all the Heart of the Lion virtues, which is your favorite?
Which is my favorites? Probably integrity, just that we talked about today. That I think is probably the most beneficial character trait for anyone who's in my profession, is to have integrity.
And that's our show, folks. I want to thank the one, the only, the amazing Dr. Vanessa Williams for being on my show. It has been so much fun talking with you today, and I have to learn more about vitamin therapy and visit your office in the future.
Thank Thank you very much for having me. I have really enjoyed speaking with you today. I'd like to invite your guests as well as yourself to come on down and visit us. We're located at 1319 Edgewater Drive, just down the road from Tiberius here in College Park. You can stop in, relax in one of our comfy chairs, get some additional information, get some IV vitamin therapy to help you feel better, or just stop in and say hi and chat with us.
Yeah. And be sure to listen to us next week on the Tiberius Show. Your host, Tiberius Boy!
The Tiberius Show is not filmed in front of a live studio audience. Executive producer, Joseph Boyd. Production editor, Pierre Laguerre. Green Room manager, Danny Boyd. And your program host, Tiberius Boy! The Tiberius Show is copyright 2018.